Hey guys, Thomas Jr. here, aka Mustached. Here to review the movie So I found out after watching the movie that this is based off of one of the novels of Stephen King, author that I've looked into quite a few times, but I have not read the book for Cell, so I'll be strictly reviewing Cell as its own individual movie. And I found that the only other review that I could find did a heavy comparison, but that's fine, I've done that before where I've compared things to other things, so whatever. Anyways, this movie follows John Cusack's character and Samuel Jackson, who were in one other movie together, I think 1408. And John Cusack's character is trying to call his family because he's worried about them. He's trying to see his son because I guess he got a divorce or something at some point. So he gives him a call on like a pickup phone, while everyone else who's on a cell phone suffers from this unknown simultaneous attack where they all just start freaking out, and things are crazy for a bit, and he escapes and ends up stumbling into the underground train station where he meets Samuel Jackson's character, and the two set off with this other guy who ends up dying relatively quick after introducing himself, and then they pop up and they work their way to his house where they are accompanied by this girl who lives upstairs from him, and pretty much wants to join him on their head on his journey to pretty much get back to his son and wife. So they pretty much join him and meet. First, they meet the cell phone guys attacking this biker guy who's really stupid, just drives into them, and then they run into this group, two individuals. One's like a teacher, the other one's a kid who's a really smart individual, able to piece some of this stuff together. They seem to know a bit about what's going on, even though they're trying to piece stuff together. These two groups, that is. We see them pretty much mow down this group of these cell-based creatures, like they call them phoners or something like that in the movie. I forgot, honestly. They run them over and then they kill them pretty much, and that causes something to happen where something blows up and the guy ends up taking the hit too, and he's dead. So there's this sort of constant problem of introduce a character, oh, he's dead, or he's gone from the movie. That happened already twice, so they move on to another group, and the second group is like based off of this place that doesn't really have cell phone reception, but these phoners are upgrading and the rules are changing because it's based on cell phones, and cell phones update, and that's their sort of excuse for allowing the rules to bend to whatever the script needs them to go, I guess. So the people at the bar, with the exception of the main characters, ends up being possessed. There's this really weird and really hard to explain dream sequence where they all share the same dream. I don't really know why that's. I mean, there's like this whole heavy-handed thing of this is dealing with John Cusack's character more, and it's following him, and the thing that's leading this attack is based off of something he did. And it attacks all their dreams in different ways and stuff like that. It doesn't really add up to me. I don't know how it's handled in the book, so I can't really say. It just feels so out of place. Like, is the rules how does it get into the mind? Like, how does it get into the dream? Uh, if it's based off of cell phones, that sort of thing. Doesn't really explain it, but whatever. After they sort of run off from the attack, the girl that was with them ends up dying. The kid's still with them, and she's like, "Oh no!" And then they finally get to his house where he pretty much sees a different interpretation of this red-headed guy I was referring to, and it ends up being his wife. I don't really know. It ended up being a woman. For a second, I almost thought it was, when I first saw it, it was a girl, and they brought her back. But then I was like, oh, it might have been the wife too. They don't really spend enough time there to really let John Cusack's character to like emote or like feel something. It just sort of feels, it's not even like hatred. Like, I guess that was her ex, so, or his ex. So, being like angry but sad at the same time. Like, there's almost like nothing there that I could see. So they sort of move on from that spot, and then he's like, "Oh, he left a message that they're gonna go to this place that's pretty much swarming with these phoners." Uh, he ends up going there on his little thing by himself, and then the ending is he pretty much gets into this other competition with, I guess, the real version of the red-headed guy, but it's not really, I think. He ends up seeing his son, who's apparently one of the phoners. I think it's an imagination where he like drives his truck into the thing. Um, the ending's really weird. I think it's an imagination thing where, because it like shows back to that, and the truck is still there after, and then it shows like this other sequence where him and the son are going toward the group, which is pretty much just Samuel Jackson and the boy, and I think some other girl that they came across. There was like another group where it was like this girl, and this guy was like, "I'm going crazy, and I'm gonna kill myself." Um, I don't remember what the other girl was like. She was like, "Oh, I'm gonna protect him," but we also captured this phoner. I think she survived. Again, a lot of details in this movie I'm just not really remembering all too well, but whatever. um, anyways, this movie felt like there was some potential in the opening, but the ending to me felt like it's trying to feel heartfelt and tension or drama, because John Cusack's character ends up dying, sort of like how he does in 1408. You get this somber ending or whatever. And the problem I have with that personally, and again, this is just my personal opinion, is that we only really get one scene with him and his son, and from that scene, it didn't feel like enough there for me to feel like, oh, he didn't succeed. There wasn't enough there of a connection. Um, and I don't know if comparing that to 1408 would be a sensible thing, but from what I can recall from 1408, I felt like the connection, at least for the family, felt a little bit stronger there. So yeah, unfortunately, this movie does feel like it struggles to build character, and because it moves at such a pace where we get introduced to so many different characters that the characters themselves aren't just really fleshed out. The thing that is happening, the cell phone thing, is always changing, to the point of we don't really understand the rules necessarily. We kind of get hints and pieces here and there, but it seems like that doesn't matter since it could change at any point. And I don't know how I feel about that necessarily. I guess sometimes that can work or not work depending on how you view the rules of horror. Um, so yeah, definitely not a very strong movie. Based on the opening, it could have felt like it could have really went somewhere. So I'm gonna give this movie a 4 out of 10. Like I said, there seems to be some bits and pieces here that do work, but as a whole movie, it just doesn't really quite come together. So that's unfortunate, but I don't know, someone could probably enjoy it. Probably someone who enjoys more so just sort of this story that sort of goes and goes and goes. Um, there's no really sense of break. There's no really sense of taking time to reflect or something like that. And I don't know if this is the type of movie for that. I feel like it could be. Um, but, I don't know how Stephen King did this book in particular, where they just said, just whatever. Anyways, that's my review for Cell. Let's see, probably have some more insufferable horror movies or whatever that I'm gonna be going through, probably. I don't know. But whatever. That's what I'm gonna be doing next time. So maybe. Maybe, I don't know. Anyways, this has been Thomas Jr., aka Mustache Time, and I'll see you guys next time.